Hello, today I will be doing a professional interpersonal performance appraisal interview for Boo Knight. First off, Boo, I would like to talk about your strengths of your past performances this far for this course. To start off, you get a strong sense of confidence when you speak, and this was especially shown in your employment interview speech, as you are very confident when you talked about the skill sets that you possess for the workplace. Secondly, you show great fluency when you talk. You take very little pauses and you talk at a very understandable speed, and this was shown greatly in your proposal speech. Thirdly, you're very passionate about your subject matter, and this was shown more specifically in your informative speech, as you're very passionate about what your future career might hold. Along with this, you're very relatable to your audience members, and this was again shown in your informative speech. As many of us had not previously understood many of the aspects of the future career that you would like to have, you made this very understandable for us and made it very transparent for us to understand. Next, you give great eye contact with your audience members, which allows us to gain a trust in the information that you're giving us. You also have good use of your body language to keep us engaged with you as you talk. And lastly, you were a great team member in our panel discussion speech. You really played your part, and you were very organized in what we needed to accomplish. Next, I would like to talk about your weaknesses of your past performances. These I found kind of very hard to point out, as I just listed a lot of strengths, but I would just have to point out 3 weaknesses that I specifically saw. The first being a need for better preparation, and I think this just came with, maybe trying to do the speeches more so quickly, maybe last minute, where there could have been further preparation with it. Secondly, maybe better posture. I know I mentioned that you use great body language, but at times your posture wasn't so great. Maybe you needed to stand more or sit back more so that we could see more of your body to better understand the speech and to follow you better, and to make it look more professional. And lastly, I would just say maybe better research for your speeches. Again, although you're very passionate about your subject matter, I would have to say that some of your speeches lacked the research aspect, again, to give you that credibility that we needed. So with your strengths and weaknesses, let's talk about some improvement goals that I think you should be setting for yourself. First off, I would just say keep working on containing and enhancing your current strengths, because your strengths are very strong and you're a very strong speaker. So if you contain those but also grow off those, you're going to be an even stronger public speaker in the future. Secondly, maybe just create better time management for your research and your preparations. Again, that's just coming with setting time aside to make sure that you're enhancing your credibility for your audience members. And lastly, just performing your speeches in spaces that are not so relaxed. This would really probably help your posture and your professionalism. So with that, let's talk about ways to implement your improvement goals for the future. First off, like I said, let's keep practicing and performing even when it's not required. Set time aside in your calendar, or even set reminders to do your research and your preparations for your speeches. And lastly, just be sure to perform in maybe more formal spaces instead of, like a bedroom or a living room. And then maybe wear more formal clothing that will make you kind of get in a more professional mindset. And then lastly, stand if needed rather than sitting. But overall, Boo, I would have to say great job and keep moving forward. And in conclusion, it was a very beneficial to me to be appraising you. Thank you.